We are the middle nation between the extremism of the Christians and the extremism of the Jews as it relates to this matter. Think about how the Jews are extreme and how the Christians are extreme. What do the Jews say? When a woman is on her menses, you shun her and you send her to her father's house. You don't share the bedroom with her because she's filthy and dirty. This is not appropriate. That's your wife. Kiss your wife and hold your wife and be nice with your wife, even if she's on her menses. Right? No penetration, no intercourse like that. But enjoy the evening with your wife and be nice to your wife. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be like the Jews who say we have to shun the women on their menses totally. Rather, that is unnecessary, harsh treatment. The other extreme is what? The Christians who view intercourse in general as a filthy, unwanted, undesirable thing that is only done for the sake of procreation. It is only done so that you can get the woman pregnant. Based on this belief, how do we know they feel this way? The most pious people of the Christians, what do? Those who want to manifest their religiosity. The man is a priest who takes a vow of celibacy. He doesn't have this lowly behavior. And the woman who's religious, what is she? A nun, who also takes a vow of celibacy, and she doesn't get married. Not only a vow of celibacy, and no intercourse, this vow of celibacy means no marriage. Not even considerable. I will not marry because I'm religious. Imagine that. And so, what is it based on? It's based on the concept that intercourse is a filthy thing. That intercourse is a degrading, embarrassing, unwanted, undesired thing. We say in Islam, walhamdulillah, intercourse is desired. Intercourse is a man and his wife enjoying their company together in a way that the woman is giving charity to her husband and the man is giving charity to his wife. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he showed the different ways of charity, he said, even when one of you has intercourse with his wife, there's charity in that. He's giving charity. Right? Or there's ajr, sorry. He said there's ajr. There's reward in that. You will have intercourse with your wife. That's what the companion said. A man is going to fulfill his own sexual desire, and then he's going to get a reward for doing that? And the Prophet ﷺ said, yes. Don't you see, if he were to fulfill himself illegally, in an impermissible way, zina or something like that, وَلَعَاذُ بِاللَّهِ فَيَكُونُ عَلَيْهِ وِزْرٌ, there would be a burden of sin upon him. So since he has chosen to have intercourse with his wife, then his act of intercourse with his wife is a choice between halal and haram, and he's rewarded for that choice. We view that intercourse is not for the sole purpose of making the woman pregnant and procreation and continuing to have children. We don't believe that. We believe that intercourse is chastity and modesty. You keep yourself chaste. You release your sexual energy and your ambition in a way that's permissible for you. Get a reward for doing so. And you become mild and you become chaste. The man with lots of sexual energy, his eye wanders. And then his tongue starts speaking, and then he begins reaching out in issues which are not permissible, that are disasters if they happen to him. If he is with his wife and he has regular acts of intercourse with his wife, he remains chaste and he remains modest. Likewise, it's chastity for the woman as well. As women have sexual inclinations and ambition as well. And they have a need to be fulfilled as well. So when their desires are fulfilled in an act of intimacy and they enjoy themselves, then they are as well chaste and modest as well. So the intimacy is something that brings about chastity and modesty. It makes people content, sexually content, not on the look, not on the hunt, not, having pent-up pressure that needs to be released. Now he has acts of intercourse where he enjoys himself to completion fully with his wife. And so he enjoys himself physically, he fulfills his desires, he keeps himself chaste. She enjoys herself physically, she keeps herself chaste. Modesty, all of that is part of this. And there is the benefit, the bonus of children, pregnancy, a new addition to the children in the house. These kinds of things, there are benefits. If we were to restrict intercourse to being just a method used to bring about children, look how much of our religion we would be missing. And chastity is of such a high level of importance in Islam that if a man is chaste, sexually satisfied with his wife or wives. He's satisfied and he's happy. He's no longer with a roving eye and on the hunt and all of that. Then he controls much of his religion by the permission of Allah. He's able to live a life where he's not distracted all the time and looking and following things with his eye. He's a person who is stable in his character. And as the Prophet ﷺ said, that he has accomplished half of his religion. He said marriage is half of the religion. And how do we understand that? As the scholars explain, مَنْ يَضْمَنْ لِي مَا بَيْنَ لِحْيَيْهِ وَمَا بَيْنَ رِجْلَيْهِ أَضْمَنْ لَهُ الْجَنَّةِ. Whoever guarantees for me, whoever can guarantee the safety of what's between his two jawbones, his tongue, his speech, he can control his speech and keep it permissible in what is permissible with Allah, and whoever can control what is between his two legs, whoever can guarantee that what's between his two legs is not misused with all the misbehavior that is possible with that regard, his chastity is preserved, then the Prophet ﷺ said about such a person, أَضْمَنْ لَهُ الْجَنَّةِ, I guarantee paradise for him. So two matters, if you can fulfill them, paradise is guaranteed for you. They are not easy. They are not easy. They are huge. One of them is controlling your sexual desires, being a person of chastity. You don't engage in any behavior sexually that is outside of the marriage, and within the marriage you engage in behavior with your wife that is permissible, then you are a person of chastity and you are guaranteeing, you are making a dhaman, you are putting a guarantee on your private parts, hoping to get that guarantee from the Messenger ﷺ that Allah will put you in paradise. Then the rest of the other 50% or the other half is what? Controlling the tongue. As the Messenger ﷺ said, هَلْ يَكُبُّ النَّاسَ عَلَى مَنَاخِرِهِمْ أَوْ عَلَى وُجُوهِهِمْ فِي نَارِ جَهَنَّمَ إِلَّا حَصَائِدُ أَلْسِنَتِهِمْ. Is there anything that causes people to be cast down upon their noses or upon their faces into the fire other than the harvests of their own tongue? So then the issue of the tongue is a very serious one. The issue of the tongue, the dangers of the tongue, the dangers of a person's speech, all of that is very serious. And chastity as well. You know, chastity is something that is serious. These two matters being two things that will guarantee you entrance to paradise.